So whenever you have, let's say, a function like dy by dx plus a function of x times y equals to a function of x, we call the equation as linear differential equation. Okay, now let me give an example. For example, let's say if you got dy by dx plus y by x equals to, let's say, x. So dy by dx plus y by x equals to x. Now this is a linear differential equation because it matches to the form of the given function. So here what we have is your p of x that we have got is 1 upon x, and q of x, which is also a function of x, that's x. So p of x is 1 upon x and q of x is x. Now, what's the procedure that we follow while solving this question? So procedure is basically we use something called as integration factor method. So what exactly is integration factor method? Basically, whenever you have a function such as, let's say, px is 1 upon x, let's say, e to the power integration of px is referred as the integration factor method. Integration factor. So e to the power integral of px dx is the integration factor. So now, if you look at in this particular context, our question is e to the power of integral of 1 upon x dx. So the integral is e to the power ln x, and you get the x as the integration factor. Immediately after you get the integration factor, what you should do is you should multiply this integration factor both sides in the original differential equation. Always do that. So when you multiply both the sides by original, like this integration factor, so what we have got is, that's a dy by dx plus y by x equals to x. If you multiply both the side by x, which is your integration factor, you will notice something very interesting happening. So you will get x dy by dx plus y equals to x squared. X dy by dx plus y equals to x squared. So in short here, if I have to show with the general equation, if you've got dy by dx plus p of x times y equals to p of x, you will be multiplying both the side by integration factor. This is a method mark. This is, you're going to get marks for this step. After you're done with this, you'll notice something very interesting happening in the left hand side is that this left hand side now is the derivative of two things. Left hand side will be derivative of y into the integration factor. If you see here, x times dy by dx plus y into 1. So this is a derivative of xy. This is nothing but the derivative of xy, where x is the integration factor. So y times integration factor. So if you wish to remember it, you remember this way, that this automatically, you don't even need to look up what you're getting here. If you've done integration factor correctly, you should not be worried about what's your above step. So this should be equals to x square basically. So y times integration factor. So y times x equals to x square. Now since this is derivative, the other side what it does is basically it will integrate. So this disappears, and as a result of this, you're going to get y times x equals to x cubed by 3 plus c, and then you can just divide by x. So as a summary, you remember here is that the general solution of differential equation is y times integration factor equals to qx times integration factor. This is the step after you multiply the integration factor both the sides. You're going to get this. And the general solution, exact answer will be y times integration factor equals to integration of qx times integration factor. So this is about your integration factor technique. So general solution is y times integration factor equals to qx times integration factor. So y times integration factor is qx times integration factor. This is about your method at least. So let's just take another example. Basically, where you've got cos x dy by dx, which is y equals to y sine x plus sine 2x, and they have given that y of 0 is 1. Now y of 0 means when x is 0, y is 1. So you have to get an exact solution to this differential equation. Now the problem here is that, see, I can see dy by dx, I can see a y, but they are not in that structured format that we need. So the structured format is you need to have a function like, firstly you bring everything one side. So let's say cos x times dy by dx equals to, bring in y here, so it becomes negative sine x times y equals to sine 2x. Now you do one thing is divide everything by cos x, because I need that particular format, dy by dx plus px times y equals to qx. So what we get here is basically if we divide by cos x, we get dy by dx minus sin x over cos x times y equals to sine 2x upon cos x. So this is basically your structure now more explicit to the method that we have got. So the method, at least we are clear here that okay, now you've got dy by dx plus a function of x equals to a function of y. And fortunately, when you look at sine 2x can be further simplified as 2 sine x cos x. So sine 2x is 2 sine x cos x upon cos x. So the cos x disappears. So cos x disappears and you get dy by dx minus sine x over cos x times y equals to 2 sine x. Now we are reached to the step where we need to find out the integration factor now. Okay, so integration factor we'll find by integrating the p of x. Now here, remember the format. Now format is with plus p of x. So p of x is nothing but the coefficient of y. Here, don't just take sin x upon cos x as a function. This is one of the important point where the students make mistake. So you're going to basically do, after this step, you're going to basically take p of x's. So p of x that we have got is negative sin x over cos x. That's your p of x. So now you're going to integrate this. So integration, so e to the power integration of negative sin x upon cos x. Now see out here, now this is where I explained in the last class that if a function's exact derivative is in the numerator and function in the denominator, the integral is ln f x. So those techniques will be very helpful if you remember them. So since we know integration of f dash x over f of x is ln f x. So what we get is, this is going to become, so this is f of x, its exact derivative is the numerator. So if you integrate this, it will become e raised to ln of cos x. And you know e raised to ln of cos x is nothing but cos x due to the property. If you got e to the power ln x, the answer is x. So far we have got the cos x as a integral factor. Now, I'm going to multiply, I'm going to show one step to show the multiplication to this step. So dy by dx minus sin x over cos x times y equals to 2 sin x. Now you multiply both the side ideally by cos x, which is the integration factor. And now, at least if we have taken the considerations previously, what I have told, like you can just write down cos x dy by dx minus sin x equals to 2 sin x cos x. This is times y as well. So cos x cancels. Now after this, you don't even need to worry about. Just blindly can write down. This is nothing but derivative of y times cos x equals to, and 2 sin x cos x can be written as sin 2x. So you have got this step even if you remember the previous stuff in your mind. So you get y cos x equals to integration of sin 2x. Now if you integrate sin 2x, it is cos 2x upon 2 and plus c. So you get y cos x equals to this as your answer. Integral of sine is negative cos. So negative cos 2x upon 2. And then you plug in x as 0 and y as 1. So if you plug in x as 0 and y as 1, so 1 into cos 0 equals to negative cos 0 upon 2 plus c. So that gives us 1 equals to negative half plus c. So that is c equals to 3 by 2. So you get c as 3 by 2 here. And so you can just do one thing is take c as 3 by 2 in the next step out here. So take c as 3 by 2 and then you just divide by cos x to get the exact answer for this differential equation. The first thing, as you see here, is that you can't see the correct format of the your function. So you need to first make sure that that format is there. So I would just rearrange these terms. X dy by dx equals to x minus x squared. I mean, first you write on this part as well. X plus 1 y equals to x minus x squared. Next up is, since the coefficient of dy by dx needed must be 1, so you divide everything by x. So you get dy by dx equals to, plus x plus 1 upon x times y equals to x minus x squared upon x. So you get p of x is x plus 1 upon x and q of x is 1 minus x. Now start with the integral e raised to integration of x plus 1 upon x. So it's e to the power of integral of 1 plus 1 upon x dx, which is going to be e to the power of x plus ln x, which is simplify further becomes e to the power x times e to the power ln x, which is e to the power x times x. So that's your integration factor. Now I'm not writing that multiplication step, but you are supposed to write that down. So I'm just writing the general solution. Y times integration factor equals to integration of 2x times integration factor. So y times integration factor is x e to the power x. Qx is x minus x squared by x, which is nothing but 1 minus x into x e raised to x. So what we get here is integration of basically x e raised to x minus integration of x square e raised to x. Now these both needs to be done by parts. So you need to apply by parts a couple of times here. So this one, if you just remember that uv dash rule, integration of uv dash is ub minus integration of vu dash dx. So u is basically x and v dash is e raised to x. U dash will be 1, v is going to be e raised to x. So if you apply the formula, integral of x e raised to x will be x times e raised to x minus integral of e raised to x times 1, which is x e raised to x minus e raised to x. That's integration of only this part. Yeah. So that's x e raised to x. Now integration for this part, x square e raised to x, you are going to do integration by part twice. So x square, let's say I'll just show it to you here. So if I take integration of x square, integration of x square e raised to x. So I'm going to first do this part, which is x square e raised to x minus e raised to x, integral of e raised to x times 2x, which is ub minus b times u dash. So at the end, what we're getting is x square e raised to x minus 2 times integral of x e raised to x. And the lucky part is that we just did integration of x e raised to x a second ago, which is nothing but x e raised to x minus e raised to x.
Yeah.
So this part is x square e raised to x minus 2 x e raised to x minus e raised to x. So that's the integration of this part that goes here. Integration of this part is here. So my final answer is going to be y times x e raised to x equals to x e raised to x minus e raised to x minus this part, which is x square e raised to x minus 2x e raised to x plus 2 e raised to x, and of course plus c. Of course you're gonna do.
How did you get minus x square e raised to x? Like, why did the x square e raised to x come?